Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.
Warren Mitiga, Mudra na Wunya. Yugunai Awabakal Ngurrawa. Today I'm on Awabakal and Darkinjung country. This is really border country. And as you can see behind me, I've got the missus with me for a change. See, it was her birthday a couple of days ago. So I'm bringing her out and we're going to test the camper. You remember in the last camper shakedown video I did, I wasn't 100% sure and I said that I don't know if she'll like it. So this weekend, we're going to spend a couple of nights up here on one of my little favourite spots in the Wadigans. And I'm going to see how she copes with the camper for a couple of nights. It's going to be a chilly one, so hopefully I can get a nice fire going and everything else. And yeah, as you can see, there's a few bags of wood behind me. So hopefully it should be a good night and it'll be a good test to find out how that goes in the cold weather. I will note as well, I've mentioned previously that it doesn't stop water, it's not waterproof. Well, I have, thanks to Kieran, put some waterproof liquid over the top of it, or some waterproofing liquid over the top, and since then we've had some decent downpours and there's been no water in, so it looks like that stuff that I got off Kieran has worked. So I'm going to be buying some more of that or similar product, doing the whole camper, and then I'm going to look at painting it, as long as the missus likes it of course, and we end up deciding to keep it as is, but I think we might. Missus has just taken some of the stuff inside of it. I have given you a quick look through when I first got this thing. It is so bloody dark in here. So definitely going to need some lights for in here. And you can see how dark the camper itself is. I haven't lifted the window flaps yet, but it's just so dark in here. Be great for sleeping. I'm probably going to look tonight, because I've got my little potbelly camper, so I'm probably going to look tonight at actually cutting a hole here somewhere for the chimney of that to go through. No, obviously that means that the camper, the annex roof won't be waterproof anymore, but it'd be good to be able to have that little bit of a heat source in here. On the left hand side, outside there, you've got a gas bottle normally, and on the other side you could have a jerry can, so I don't want to go cutting it in that corner. And this corner obviously is the door, so you don't want to have it sitting right in the way of the doorway. I think having it up in this corner just here, sticking out the top, should be quite good. So yeah guys, that's the camper set up properly, well pretty much properly. And yeah, it's how it is. It's all levelled out, all set out. If you can hear that noise in the background, there's an air show at Warnervale Airport today, which is what that'd be. So yeah, she's all set out with the annex and everything this time. So see how it all goes. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to set up, but it's not too bad. Alrighty, so I have made a couple of changes to the camper since you guys last saw me out in it. As I said, I've waterproofed the top of it, and it has actually worked, so I'm really happy with that. I'm using my one remaining King's cheap shit light in the annex, because I'll tell you what, it is bloody dark in here otherwise, and I needed some sort of light. We'll have a look at the camper though, in the cupboard. We're set up for tonight. I've got my little projector, and I found that the screen goes nicely across there. So I've got that, and I've got some Velcro tabs. I mentioned it in the last video testing this about using magnets. The magnets didn't work, so I've got some Velcro tabs this time. Screen's at the top here, a couple of little speakers for it. Remote control there for my lights. So as I mentioned in the last one, I've got multiple colours. Doesn't want to go to blue. No, there we go, there's blue. And white. So I've got that sitting there. Again, a couple of Velcro tabs there. Remote control for the projector there. Got my old Oricom. The old Oricom that came out of the Padge. I thought I'd throw that in here. Well, eventually, I'd rather have something better. I would love to put an XRS in here, because if this is going to be a home base, I'm going out driving and the missus is at camp. At least with an XRS, she'll be able to radio through to me and see where I'm at. So the Oricom's just screwed to the side here. But look, will an XRS go in here? Hopefully one day. But for the moment, this does me. And having the long cord on this, which is kind of an advantage, try and break it at the same time. Kind of an advantage. I can stretch it all the way out there and still have plenty of slack on the cords. So yeah, that's in. Obviously, how am I powering it all? Well, there's the giant 140 amp hour AGM that was in the car. I tried to make a little parcel shelf for that to go on with a couple of draw slides, and it's a bit too heavy for the draw slides. So, but yeah, that's the little cupboard at the moment. And I made myself a little sign for it. Yanma Bujiri Murugu. You hear it at the end of all my videos. Walk a good path. I actually painted that myself, which I'm really happy with that. I think that turned out great. Alrighty, for now, I'm going to turn these lights off so I'm not wasting battery and go sit outside with the missus and have a couple more jacks.
Oh, well, I swear on the fire, having some cheese and jacks.
You notice now Rose will be silent.
Probably. Oh, excuse you.
Pardon me, people.
So I've done a little something different with the camper, the annex. I have cut a hole in the roof so I can put that through. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot to start burning the canvas, but I think what I'm going to do is get heat-proof matting of some sort to go around there, and then we can have the chimney going on the outside with a little pot belly that you can't really see in this light. With the little pot belly in the corner, the chimney going up through the roof so it doesn't smoke us out. Hopefully that works well. See how we go tonight. Okay, dinner for tonight is some veggies. I've still got some carrot over here to go in. Some veggies and a little bit of oil, just fried up. I've seen Scotty's Gone Walkabout do this sort of thing a lot of the time, and I've done it myself when I was out of broke. It's actually really nice. And then down on the little pot belly there, we've got some honey chicken strips. So just basically chicken breast, just soaked in honey. That's dinner for us tonight. I have to say, having that little pot belly inside this camper is absolute brilliant. Really warm in here at the moment.
So that's night one had in the camper with the annex on, and I think the missus has enjoyed herself. She's had a pretty decent night, I think. She struggles to get in and out like I thought she would, but even with a little step, so definitely need to build a decent step for her. But otherwise, I think she's enjoyed herself. She will be discussing it all at the end of the video with me to let everyone know exactly what she's thought. It's like 7:30 or something now. I'm on my second cup of tea. She's still in bed, so yeah, she can probably hear me rambling out here. But yeah, she's still in bed. I'm sitting out here with a little pot belly going because, as you saw in footage from last night, I cut a hole in the annex roof and put the chimney for the pot belly through there, and we've had that little pot belly stove going in the annex, which actually does keep it nice and warm. It's actually been really good in here. Yeah, definitely with the annex on, it's for a couple of night trip with the annex on, it's really nice. It's a bit of a pain to put up, but it's been really nice. And you know, to come with the missus like we have, especially if we're doing a couple of nights or a longer trip, it definitely makes a good little home base, and that little pot belly in the corner is bloody beautiful. I just need to work out how I can go about putting something over the hole that I've made to heat proof it so it's not going to burn the canvas or anything like that. I've been told about some flashing that I can buy from Bunnings, like they put over fireplaces and that inside people's houses, so that might be an option, and then just use some Sikaflex or something to hold it all down. But yeah, I'll look into that a little bit more. But otherwise, it's been really nice in here. I've quite enjoyed myself. There's a little bit of wind blowing outside at the moment, and it is pretty darn chilly in there. I did get a bit cold in bed last night. The split mattress that I have that I use in the car is not the best option for in here because the bed platform in here is a little bit longer, so therefore the mattress splits apart and I can feel the cold plywood underneath me. And being right next to the window all night, I could feel the cool air coming in through that window a little bit. So I did get a bit cold, but for the most part it was really good. So
Get this fire going, get a good bit of coals going, and then once that's all set up and I'm happy with it, I'll start working out the fucking rest of it.
Do you want it tied back again or just left out?
I want it tied like it was.
Oh, you want to braid it again?
Yes. It's easier for me to sleep in.
Okay. So dinner tonight is lamb shanks. Obviously there's no bone in. I've taken all the meat off the bone. Just when we tried this over Easter, it tasted a hell of a lot better, the parts that didn't have the bone in. So yeah, a bit of garlic, dried onions, oregano. I've got some coriander in the car. Just some carrots, sweet potato, whatnot. So yeah, all cooked up in the camp oven, slow cooked over a couple of hours. So hopefully it tastes really good.
What's that?
Oregano. Damn, that looks good. Oh, it's morning number 2. It's like 6:30 again. The birds are waking us up. Been a bit of traffic going up and down the road this morning. I don't know if it's forestry or national parks or what, but yeah, bit of traffic. So listen to those birds though. Gorgeous to wake up to. Got the fire going in the annexe again. Giving me a bit of warmth this morning. It's pretty bloody chilly. Missus is still in bed and I've got the jug boiling for my morning cuppa. What a spot. I just want to show you something, guys. This fire last night we used to cook over, and we went in to the camper by about 5 o'clock. There's still a fair bit of wood on here, but we left it to burn. Now it's about 8 o'clock or something in the morning. It's been a bloody cold night, and as you can see, that bit of dunny paper is about to go up. That's why before you leave camp, you should always check your fires and should always drop a bit of water on them. Because it won't take much for a few leaves or something like that to fall down here, bit of wind, and that'll be up and flaming again. That's why you should always check and douse your fires before you leave. We're far from packing up at the moment, so I'm going to start packing some things up and tidying up, but yeah, Missus is still in bed. But I'll make sure to douse that before we go. Lovely thing to wake up to in the morning. They're coming through trying to smooth the road out. Just talking to one of the fellas saying they're going to be putting a heap of gravel through and stuff like that. This is the national park section of the Awabakal Mountains, so yeah, it is something that I'm kind of surprised to see, to be honest. But good to see it's getting done. Well guys, it's that time again, unfortunately. Time to pack up. I've had an absolute wonderful time. I've actually found the camper to be quite good. But what are your honest thoughts? And I mean honest.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What issues you have had issues getting in and out?
Getting in and out, not so bad. Getting in, not as easy as it looks.
You reckon a second step will help you with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, what else? I think having the little pot belly inside that annex was bloody brilliant.
Got a bit hot last night.
Did you? You actually got hot last night. I got a bit cold.
Yeah, that's true.
Being canvas, obviously, it's not gonna insulate the best, but having the we left that front window of the annex open the whole time, not the door, the little window part. Left the cover on that open the whole time. and had the two side ones down of an evening and during the night sort of thing. And we ended up last night, we closed the windows of the actual camper as well, whereas the night before we had them open. Kept it a lot darker in there, which I think gave me a bit of a better sleep. But yeah, it did definitely keep a bit of the warmth in. And having that little pot belly in there last night and the night before is just absolute wonderful. You step out here even this morning, because I got it going again this morning, as you saw. So stepping out here this morning, you could feel at least a 10 degrees difference. Like it was apparently about 6 degrees out here, and it felt like 15 to 20 in there. It was beautiful in there. So yeah, it was definitely made a hell of a difference. You said too that your back was a bit sore from the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's nothing unusual.
Yeah, well, both of us have got shit backs, but mine's a little bit tender this morning, not too bad. But that I think is largely because I've started packing everything down. But yeah, otherwise it was comfortable, I think.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
It's just stepping in.
So you reckon we're keeping it as it is?
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say as is, because there's a lot of things I want to do to it.
It needs another step.
Yeah, and I want
An
to,
actual step.
as I've said before, I want to get predator coating on the actual trailer. Now that I know I can re-waterproof all the material, all the canvas, I want to go through and do all that. Where the chimney comes through, I want to put some flashing or something over the top of that to try and, for the most part, waterproof it, but also protect the canvas from the heat of the chimney, because obviously I don't want that catching fire. So a couple of little things I want to do there. And then I think I might rebuild the cupboard and completely redo all the electricals. As you saw earlier, I have done some electricals in there, but I think if I rebuild the cupboard and do it properly, because for example there's no 12 volt lighter socket. The annexe, I was using one King's light last night, and I was actually running that from the car, just running the cable over, because again I've got no 12 volt lighter socket in the camper yet. So I was running one King's light inside. I wouldn't mind getting another set, even be it King's or another brand, I don't care, but another set of those solid strip lights, and hang one from each spreader pole, so that will give us a lot more light in there for cooking and things like that, but can also be dimmed right down for when we're sitting there just relaxing. A mate of mine, BJ, suggested a couple of things too. As for Roz's step, was making a wooden box, say yay wide and yay tall or whatever, have that as a second step, but then I can also put things into it when we're travelling around. So I could possibly make it long enough to put the poles in, have that off to the side. Once I've taken all the poles up and set the annex up, then I can utilise that as a second step directly behind the camper. It'd go a fair way across, but that would then be a good solid second step, and that would probably work really well. He also suggested, because I'm using the projector in there and the screen going across the back of the camper, across the doorway, he suggested looking at a way where I could do it somewhere else in the annex, so that we could be sitting in the annex where it's warm like we have been, and we could be watching a movie up on the projector screen inside the annex, rather than having to climb up into bed to do it. One thing I don't like with it, and hopefully this is something that can change once I build the second step, is we had the toilet in there because she does struggle to get in and out. We had the toilet in there so she didn't have to, and you know what camp toilets are like, they don't smell too pretty. So yeah, definitely I like to get that out of the main part of the camper. In the annex I'm pretty fine with, but I've got the shower tent on the car, so preferably I'd rather be able to do that and use the shower tent from the car. But otherwise I'm really happy with it. So it's gone up pretty easy, it's been comfortable, it's kept us warm. You were able to get in and out. We both had a decent sleep.
Both nights I had a decent sleep.
Yeah, we did share, or did cuddle up for a little bit while watching a movie on the first night. So on the driver's side, which is this side of the camper, we can actually tightly squeeze together in there and share it. But it's definitely a lot more comfortable if there's one of us on either side. It just feels weird. And 23 years together and sleeping in the same room but different beds, it just doesn't feel right. But maybe I could also work something, I don't know, I could possibly work something out where it could join in the middle and we could do it that way or something, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of plans in the future. Alright guys, if you like this one, please remember to leave a like, comment below what you think of the camper, and yeah, if you've got any ideas for it, let us know in the comments. Alright guys, Yaman Bujiri Murugu, walk a good path. Yano,
Bye.
goodbye.